life. Tenacious, courageous, and endlessly beautiful and diverse. And we are humanity. The creators. The meaning makers. And the hero of the journey. The symbol, addition is greater than division, references a culture in which cooperation is more powerful than competition. Inclusion is more valuable than exclusion. Where an economics based on abundance rises, overtakes, and replaces an economics based on scarcity. And we includes all me's. In an era of global consequences, cooperation provides the only viable path forward. And because we don't cooperate with people we don't include, inclusion is the central issue at the core of the human enterprise. It offers the only solution to the existential challenges we face, whether environmental, socioeconomic, or geopolitical. Together, cooperatively, we can defeat the existential challenges we face, and humanity can reach unimaginable new levels of prosperity. But separately, humanity will fall, and our collective journey will come to an end for everyone. Homogenization and segregation are the disease. And diversity and inclusion, the only cure. The mandate of inclusion gives new meaning to ancient wisdom, to treat others as we would have them treat us. A golden rule over 4,000 years old that has made its way into every major religion and culture on earth. Not just a simple moral platitude, but a life raft, tailor-made for this moment in our journey, and a singular survival instruction for the path forward. Inclusion is the central issue, the primary challenge, the purpose and meaning of our individual and collective journeys. Addition is greater than division. Despite mythologized doom scrolling, a sustainable, interdependent, and prosperous human civilization is not incompatible with human nature. Human beings are not innately greedy or selfish. We are a social animal whose advantages in the natural world derive from cooperation, not isolation. This communal drive is so strong, if our social activities are curtailed for any reason, significant and well-determined health consequences result. In fact, most of human history has consisted of communal cultures, many of whom considered selfishness or obsession with material goods to be weetu, a Native American term for mental illness. No, selfishness and greed are not innate human qualities. They are learned characteristics, limited to a phase within a development process focused on independence. A developmental or maturation process affecting both our individual as well as our collective journeys. Additionally, we humans are not hobbled by fears. We are a courageous and adventurous species that has faced every conceivable challenge in our journey to this moment in our story. To suggest humanity is doomed because of uncontrollable selfishness or fears is simply a misrepresentation of our history and abilities. Addition is greater than division. Rather than being burdened by uncontrollable self-destructive qualities, humanity is actually uniquely endowed and prepared for this moment in our journey. Human creativity is the most powerful, directable force in the world. It's the source of all economic value. It turns rocks into cars and appliances, heals the sick, explores the depths, generates energy, and speculates about the meaning of it all. Human creativity is an unlimited resource and the means to all ends. And inclusion is its most important ingredient and powerful fuel. Addition is greater than division. What we think of as human creativity, however, is really a combination of two separate abilities: knowledge acquisition and knowledge accumulation. Knowledge acquisition is a derivative process in which thought fragments are pulled from our experiences and placed into a new context. The magic, however, is that the experiences we draw from don't have to be our own. They can come from collaborators as well. It's why there are creative organizations and uncreative organizations. Creative organizations manage collaborative relationships to achieve creative outcomes. The bigger the group of collaborators and the more diverse their experiences, the greater the possibilities. Addition is greater than division. Our abilities to accumulate knowledge are similar but slightly different because the collaborators are our ancestors. Just as our DNA contains our unique biological lineage going all the way back to a common ancestor known to scientists as mitochondrial Eve, whose reflection is found in the DNA of every human being, human work product of every type contains what could be described as intellectual DNA, made up of a long chain of innovations and intellectual property developments going back further and further in time, all the way back to our ability to control fire. These abilities around knowledge acquisition and accumulation are so unusual and powerful, it really changes the very definition of who we are. In essence, we are not just a group of 8 billion individuals. We are also biologically and intellectually a collective living organism that is continually in collaboration with our contemporaries, our ancestors, and our descendants. The relationship between us as individuals and humanity collectively is not a typical part and whole type of relationship. A more accurate description reflecting our unique abilities would be that we are a limited expression or experience of the whole of humanity. Addition is greater than division. On the Statue of Liberty is a poem by Emma Lazarus that reads, "Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free, and the wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless, tempest-tossed to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door. That golden door is America, of course, the first multicultural democracy in the world, an experiment without precedent. Within just a few short generations, and despite glaring failures to live up to our own ideals, this country, we Americans, the forgotten refuse from other lands, built the most powerful country the world has ever known. A testament to the power of inclusion. Addition is greater than division. Ultimately, inclusion is about liberation. Liberation from isolation and deprivations that limit human potential. Liberation from the tyranny of incumbency that handicaps our future. Liberation that unleashes the incredible natural powers of humanity. No, believing in humanity's ability to build an interdependent, sustainable, and prosperous human civilization is not untethered idealism, nor is it dependent on uncompensated altruism. It's the value system of the natural world, a long-promised shared destiny, and is unfolding today. Along with all the chaos and tumult big changes bring. Addition is greater than division. We are not living in random or chaotic times, even though it might seem so. We are not doomed or fatally flawed, even though it might seem so. We are not lost or unsure of where to go, even though it might seem so. We are experiencing what Professor Joseph Campbell described as the hero's journey, and the many environmental, socioeconomic, and geopolitical threats we face are the beast we must defeat. To do so, we are developing new powers. And just as the story predicts, we will experience change within our collective heart. Some of these changes are already visible today. And when the battle is won, we will be changed forever.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. With this faith, we will be able to work together, to pray together, to struggle together, to go to jail together, to stand up for freedom together, knowing that we will be free one day. So let freedom ring. When we let it ring from every village and every hamlet, from every state and every city, we will be able to speed up that day when all of our children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual, free at last, free at last, thank God Almighty, we are free at last.
We will build an interdependent, sustainable, and prosperous future together. Because we have to, and because we can. And Martin Luther King Jr.'s promised land, his beloved community, his dream, will be realized. Addition is greater than division.